Well, Paul, I think we're all struggling to understand how you've lost that. I mean, you've put in such a good performance today and got nothing out of it.
Yeah, I mean, the lads were brilliant for the majority of the game. It's going in 2-1 up. We've had brilliant attitude towards the game and that, and you're just as confused as what I am, to be honest with you.
What was the difference then in the end? Because Wrexham kept the tempo up, didn't they, for the full 90 minutes, as you'd expect them to do. That's why they're on this great run of form. Was that maybe just the difference, that extra little edge that they'd got?
Maybe. I mean, that's why they're up there. That's why they're, 5 or 6 points in front of us. They know how to go away. They know how to close out games, and they sniffed a little bit of a victory, or they sniffed that they could get a point or get something from the game, and they went out there. Fair play to them.
Yeah, the first two goals anyway that you conceded, I'm sure you'll be disappointed about. Balls bouncing around in your box and Mansfield players not getting on the end of them. What were your take on those first two, at least?
Well, that's something that we're going to be working on in training again, because it's unacceptable that you can't have balls bouncing around in your box and allowing their players to get it. First and foremost, you're protecting your goal and protecting your box, so we've got to work on that. We've got to address that when we see the video. We've got to see what went wrong and who it was and put it right.
You feel sorry for Neil Collett, don't you, when at the end, right on 90 minutes, just as the board goes up to tell you the amount of stoppage time you're going to have at the end, a shot which we think from the angle we'd got he may have had covered, takes a massive deflection and flies in the top corner.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you allow somebody at the edge of your box to have a free shot, and that's what can happen. Like I say, if that ball goes uncontested and you don't go and press that ball, then deflections can happen. Keepers do train that way for deflections to happen. I mean, Colley's played well all game, as the lads have, and it's just a nightmare that they can just come in and be on the end of a 3-2 defeat. Because
having gone a goal down, often this season we've seen Mansfield crumble a bit when they've conceded early goals, and you've conceded a few in a few matches, but you reacted the right way today, it seemed, and you got back and you had that lead at half-time. So great spirit. Yeah,
it's a good spirit. It's a massive attitude that the boys have got. We've got character. I remember somebody asking me about character the other day. I mean, since I've come through the door, all they've shown is character. So apart from on 2 occasions, but they've done really well, and you can't lambast them for what they showed today, because it was a hell of a game, and they've given Wrexham will know and feel happy that they've got those 3 points, because they've played against a really good team here who just crumbled at the end.
These supporters here appreciate those big-hearted performances, when you're winning the 50-50 challenges and getting stuck in like that and showing that sort of passion. And when you put in that performance today, you could see the reaction from the fans. They got really behind you, made some real noise inside here.
Yeah, it was huge. It was huge. I mean, I haven't heard Mansfield like that for a long time, and it just goes to show you that they're behind the players, and the players are reacting to the fans. And you got Adam Smith doing tackles in the middle of the park that I've never seen since he was 5. It's amazing to see the boys go through in that, and they'll win more games than they lose as long as they've got that attitude.
In that sense, despite the result then today, was this quite a big day for Mansfield? Because that level of performance that the players showed here today is the sort of thing you've been wanting to get out of them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's what the fans will go away, and even though we've lost 3-0, 3-2, right? Even though
it was 3-2.
Yes, it was. Yeah. The fans will go away, and they know that the boys have given them a good game. Wrexham have come here. They're a difficult side to break down. They're unbeaten in however many games they are. So the boys have given them that character that they've been asking for, and you can't, like I say, you can't lambast them for that.
And the only thing is, though, at the end of this week, you've put in a decent performance away at Darlington and almost got the points with a couple of goals disallowed. You've put in a strong performance today but got nothing. Out of these 2 games, you've got just 1 point. So how do you move it on a level to actually start being a side like Wrexham, who have gone on that length of run and got themselves into a playoff place?
Well, it's a process, isn't it? It's a process. As you go along, it's going to be a long process, because these boys, when we took over, they were 3 points in 8 games. So now they've gone along and they're learning. They have to go along and learn. They need to learn quick if we're going to get into those playoffs positions. But it's a process, and things don't happen overnight. But like you saw out there today, it was a good performance, and those lads should take some pluses away from it.
Approaching the end of January now, of course, only a couple of days to go. Are you expecting movement in and out?
Yeah, we've got movement, but out of respect, I don't really want to say nothing, because for fear of getting gazumped and different things. We've got till Monday, so yeah, we are hopeful that we can get people in.
Do you feel that you may need another player or two, an extra little bit of quality to help you make that step up?
Well, anybody that we do get in, he's going to make the squad better. He's going to make the squad better, and he's going to come in and improve the squad. We're not just going to bring somebody in just because he's whoever. We're just going to bring somebody in to improve that squad.
Okay, thanks a lot, Paul.
Cheers.
Thank you. Well, Tyrone, well played. I'm sure. Well, you tell me what's the mood like in the dressing room after losing that?
Yeah, the boys are gutted. To be fair, we pushed on. We felt comfortable, and then we just got hit with 2 goals, and disappointed to lose it late on like that.
Because at 2-1 up at half time, you'd gone in and got those goals right at the end of the first half. You must have thought that this was your game.
Yeah, well, I felt we had the momentum, and I thought we were going to get some more in the second half. I thought we were playing some half-decent stuff in the second half, and the second goal that they scored killed us a little bit, but still we felt comfortable in the game. But to lose it late on like that, it's really gutting.
Did half-time kind of come at the wrong time for you, really? Because Louis had scored that goal, you'd got the one just before half-time, and I thought, if this goes on another 5 minutes, you'll get another one.
Yeah, you could say that. We didn't want the half to finish, we wanted to kick on and keep playing, but that's football.
I mean, this is a Wrexham side who are now unbeaten in 12, so they're about as strong as they come in this division, really. So do you try and take heart and the positives from what you've done against them? It's difficult to do, isn't it?
It's difficult because, like I said, as professionals, you go out to win every game, and you pay respect to what they've done, but I really felt that we deserved more today.
What was the difference then? Towards the end, the ball was more, let's face it, in your third than it was down the other end. What was the difference? Why was it they were able to maintain that pressure?
I think at times we ended up getting stuck in where we needed to get out quicker, and that would have helped us get up the pitch. To be fair to them, they give us a bit of pressure at the end, and fair play, they got the points.
Let's talk about happier things then. You got your name on the score sheet at least towards the end of the first half, and as it fell for you, you just hammered it, didn't you? It was a cracking hit.
Yeah, well, it's getting in the box. I don't usually get in the box, so it was pleasing that the ball fell for me there. So happy with that.
Is that something you've been trying to do more? You've been told to do more, maybe get into the box?
Well, to be fair, we've got a lot of attacking central midfielders, so usually I just try to make sure that everything's shored up at the back, and we're not going gung-ho so teams can't break on us. But the opportunity arose for me to get in the box because Muzzle wasn't in there, so it was good to be up there.
It seemed that goal gave you an extra bit of confidence as well. You seemed to gain, grow a couple of inches after that, because a couple of passes maybe had gone astray.
Yeah, I made a few sloppy passes before that, so it was good to get the goal and get the confidence back up. So I was happy with that.
FA Trophy next weekend. Now you've actually got a few home games in a row at the minute. FA Trophy with Alfreton here next week. With you being a few points off the playoffs now, many people are wondering whether the FA Trophy is a really good chance for Mansfield this year to maybe have a bit of success.
We've said from the start that we're taking it seriously. So, well, every game we take seriously, but we want to do well in the competition. So we'll be going to get the result.
Because with every stage that you go in that competition, you just start to sniff a final a little bit more. Don't you?
Well, I think it was the last game. People said 3-4 games away from Wembley, and if you look at it like that, it's not bad at all. So we've just got to take each game on its merit, and take each game as it comes, and go out there and get the result.
Paul, well played. Defeat in the end is heartbreaking, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just horrible when you lose like that in the last minutes of the game, and especially when you come back from a goal down and you're doing well, and you take all the pressure in the second half, and then you lose in the last minute. It's devastating.
Looking at the players' faces, all heads in hands as you saw that shot take such a wicked deflection as well to beat Neil College. He couldn't believe it himself.
Yeah, it was a great strike in the first place, and it's just a killer, like those sort of circumstances, and last minute it's horrible.
Yeah, and poor Neil Collett, who just before that had made a stunning save from the same player to tip it onto the crossbar, then has to pluck it out the net.
Yeah, well, I said to him, I went up to him straight away and said, you've just kept us in this game, like you just got us a point, and then that goes and happens. So
What turned it then from being 2-1 up at half time and looking like you were all set to go on and get all 3 points, to actually then clinging on to try and save a point at the end?
I think the problem was we sat back too much in the second half. We spoke at half time, we said we need to get their heads down and not let them play, because that'll invite the pressure onto us. we got, you got to keep taking the game to them, because we looked dangerous when we went forward. So we said about it at half time, but we didn't put the plan into action. So that was probably the problem, really.
What's that down to then? Is that just a lack of confidence to keep going at them and trying to sit back, or do we just give Wrexham credit for keeping that ball in your third?
I'd say it's more of a mental thing. Going out second half, you can't rest on your laurels. We spoke about what we needed to do, and maybe we just didn't go and execute what we wanted to do. So, we'll learn from that, and next time we're in that position, we'll do things differently.
Because in a sense, you'd done the hard work. Having gone a goal down early, which I know the defenders will be disappointed about with the ball bouncing around in the area. But having conceded that, you've then fought back and got 2-1 up against a really good side. I mean, you'd done the hard work.
Yeah, we had done the hard work, and that's what's so frustrating. Then we give them sort of cheap goals, not picking up on the edge of the box. Obviously, when we look at the DVD, we'll see where we could have done better, and who could have done what, and we'll learn from it. It's a horrible feeling now, but like we said after, you've got to take the positives from it, and we'll move on and look to Saturday now.
It was a heck of a spectacle, though. I mean, it was a proper bruising conference encounter, wasn't it? Both sides going in for the 50-50s, really lively. The tempo was up for the whole 90 as well. Yeah,
it was a proper game, a proper conference game today, and the fans were great. Both sets of fans were fantastic. Obviously, there was one little bit where emotions got a bit over the top, but no, it was great atmosphere, and it was great to see so many Stags fans turn up today.
How much does it help you when you're getting forward down the wing and you can hear all that noise from the stand away to your left, cheering you on and making a racket?
Yeah, it's fantastic. You can't beat a football atmosphere, especially when everyone's in good voice like they were today, and it definitely gets an extra 10% out of the lads when, especially when you're going forward and you hear the roar behind you. It's great.
You're now 7 points off the playoffs, and you've played more games than some of the sides above you. It's looking a daunting task, Paul, isn't it, at the moment?
Well, it's all about getting a run together. We thought, if we had at least got a point today like we thought we deserved, then you keep the run going, and then it's all about getting them wins in there as well. But I think it was just a blip last minute. I think we'll keep the run going. We'll get it going again. You've
just got to hope that with over 3,000 in here today, and we've had less than 2,000 in a couple of home games recently, but over 3,000 in here today, the performance level's been high enough, and the game's been entertaining enough to bring them back.
Well, hopefully they'll have watched that and they will have enjoyed themselves. I thought, it was a full-blooded affair, and hopefully everyone enjoyed that, and they'll come back, and the players definitely appreciate the support when we get it. So.
Great stuff. Well played today, Paul. Thank you very much.
Cheers.